Hey, it's Joanne Musa, the Tax Lien Lady, and I'm here to answer your questions about tax lien investing and tax deed investing. So, when you come on, just say hello. Let me know what state you're in because tax lien and tax deed investing is so different in every state. And I will tell you, some states just are not worth investing in. So, let me know what state you're in so that I can better answer your question about investing in tax liens or tax deeds. And we just finished a workshop that we did, and the workshop was on the online tax deed sales and redeemable deed sales that are happening this month. And the reason that we did that is because there were not a lot of online tax lien sales happening at the time we did the workshop. Well, now that's changing because in August, later in August, and in September, there are going to be plenty of online tax lien sales, right? So we are going to do a webinar about that, about the online tax lien sales in August and September. So keep your eyes peeled. If you're on my list, keep your eyes on your inbox. We will be sending that information out. If you're not, keep your eye on the Facebook page and we'll be posting it there, okay? All right, so let me know when you come on. Just say hello, let me know what state you're in, and I'm here to answer your question about investing in tax liens or tax deeds. And Nicole will let me know if we've gotten any questions on the YouTube channel or in the group, in the tax lien investing success group. Which, by the way, is a private group, but it's free. Anybody can join it as long as they agree to our terms and answer the questions. We just want to make sure that you're interested in tax lien investing. Otherwise, this is not the group for you, right? Okay. So I told you about the webinar that is coming up next week. Next Thursday, we'll be talking about the online tax lien sales coming up. And let me know what your questions are. Now, I did get a question in the group on one of the tips that we did in there. And somebody asked, what happens if you buy a lien on a property and the owner goes bankrupt? Well, what I will tell you what happens, you will have to put into a claim into the bankruptcy court. And if the redemption period is over and you're ready to foreclose on the lien, then you will have to wait the bankruptcy stay, which can be a few years. You will have to wait until that stay is over before you can foreclose. And, this happened to me once, that I had a tax lien in New Jersey, and the owner of the property declared bankruptcy. And I got a notice from the court because they have to send you a notice. You have a lien on the property, so you have to be noticed. And so I didn't know what to do. So I called a friend of mine who was a tax collector in New Jersey, and he said, you have to put a claim into the court, but if you don't do it right away, you have until the court date. So I told him what the court date was, and he said, we'll wait until like 30 days before to put your claim in. Well, while I was waiting, the bankruptcy either got thrown out or the lien redeemed is what happened. Okay, while I was waiting for that, the lien redeemed. And what my friend told me, a lot of these bankruptcies get thrown out because when somebody goes bankrupt, they have a responsibility. They have to make payments. And sometimes they don't fulfill their responsibility, and then the bankruptcy will get thrown out. In this case, I don't think that's what happened. I think in this case, the people who owned the property wanted to do a short sale, and they had offers to do a short sale, and the bank wouldn't play. This was going back a few years. The bank wouldn't play, didn't want to didn't want to do the short sale. So I think they just went bankrupt, and the bank decided to play ball. Okay, that's what I think happened, but I don't know. All right, so Nicole's telling me we didn't get any questions ahead of time, other than the one that I just answered, that I saw that I had already answered, by the way, inside our group, our Tax Lien Investing Success group. And that is, again, a free group that it is a private group, but it is free to join. Okay, and I know there's a couple people watching, so say hello, let me know you're here, let me know who's here and what state you're from. And of course, give me your questions. That's why I'm here, to answer your question about tax lien or tax deed investing. So yeah, let me know what state you're in and what your question is, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. That's why I come on here once a week, Tuesday at 2 p.m. to answer questions about investing in tax liens or tax deeds. Now on Thursday at 12 p.m. inside the group, in the Investing for Success group, I'm sorry, that was the old name of the group. Right now it's the Tax Lien Investing Success group. And inside that group, I go there and I do a tax lien tip every week on Thursday at 12 p.m. So if you want to join that group, you could go to facebook.com/groups. Tax Lien Investing Success. I had to think about that first, right? And Nicole can put that link in for you. Okay, so I'm just going to take a sip of my energy tea. And while you guys think of what your question is and put it in the comments, I'm doing this on StreamYard, and it gets streamed right to the Facebook page, and I can see your comments as well. So go ahead and give me your questions, and don't forget to let me know what state you're in. Okay. All right, no questions yet. No questions yet. Okay, so let me ask you guys, because I know there's people watching, what state are you in? What state are you in? Because maybe I could give you some tips or some insight about your state. I am in Pennsylvania, and here in Pennsylvania, it's a deed state, and they have two different types of deed sales here. Coming up in September will be the upset sales. And when you buy in the upset sale, you really have to do your due diligence, because you are responsible for any mortgages or liens on the property if you buy in the upset sale. Then if it doesn't sell in the upset sale, it goes into the judicial sale. And in the judicial sale, if you buy in the judicial sale, the property is free and clear of any liens or judgments, except, of course, for government liens. They will always survive the tax sale. Oh, hi, Tracy. Thanks for letting me know that, and you're in Florida. Happy to see you. Yeah, happy to see you here. Thank you for letting me know that you're here. And Nicole has put the link for the group, the Tax Lien Investing Success group, in the comments. It shows up in my chat on StreamYard, but it's in the comments for you guys. So, and if you want to join the group, all you have to do is answer the questions. We have 3 or 4 questions, and of course, the first one is, do you agree to the terms? And basically, we just want to know that you're not there to solicit, that you're there to learn, and that you're interested in tax liens and tax deeds. Okay. All right, so who else is here? Let me know what state you're in. Florida, by the way, Tracy, has deed sales going on now, plenty of deed sales. Florida's really a lien state, but their lien sales are in May, so they're not going on now. I do not recommend the over-the-counter stuff in Florida, or but the lien sales are in May. However, the deed sales go on all the time in Florida, because what happens in Florida is there's a 2-year redemption period on the liens. And if the lien doesn't redeem, the the tax lien holder does not get to foreclose like they do in other states. What they have to do in Florida is do a TDA, a tax deed application. And they apply for that lien to go into a deed sale, and that is how they get their lien gets satisfied. And if it doesn't get sold in that deed sale, then they can get the property. But it's very competitive right now. It's most likely to get sold in the deed sale. If not, they could get the property. And if it's anything good, it's going to get sold in that deed sale, and you'll get redeemed on your lien. All right, Ramona is asking, what is the process with tax liens? Well, basically, with tax liens, you are paying the taxes. Municipalities and counties need their tax money, their property tax money, to pay school teachers, policemen, firemen, civil servants, pave roads, the road crew, all that stuff. And if they don't get the money, they really have two options. They can sell the property to somebody that's going to pay the taxes, which is what they do in my state, in Pennsylvania. But in other states like New Jersey, Indiana, Illinois, Maryland, Colorado, Mississippi, Missouri, and Florida, they will sell the taxes to an investor. And the reason why an investor would want to buy the taxes is because they put a lien on the property. They're in first position to get paid. And they would get the penalties and the interest rate that the county charges. And the one thing I've learned from this business is pay my property taxes before I pay anything else, even my income taxes. Because if I don't pay my property taxes here in Pennsylvania, they could sell my house right from under me, right? And I'd have nothing to say about it. So the tax lien states really do a service to everybody because they give the property owner more time to come up with the money. Basically, if you're the investor and you buy the lien at a tax sale, it's like giving the property owner a loan, all right, a high interest loan, but it sure beats getting your property sold right out from under you. So Ramona, does that answer your question? And if you'd like a more detailed answer, let me know what state you're in. Okay. All right, any other questions? Any other questions? While I take another sip of my energy tea here. This is a green tea and matcha tea from a company called Shackley. And it's a powder, and I just mix it with water. And it's a good energy drink. Okay. Oh, Ramona, you're in Virginia. Virginia does not sell liens. They sell deeds, and many of the deed sales are online. I think there's some going on this month in Virginia. They actually sell the property like they do in my state, in Pennsylvania. And since COVID, they've had online sales. Not all the counties, but some do. Okay, yeah, and by the way, we covered the online deed sales in the workshop that I just did last week. Last week we finished it up on Tuesday. It was actually the last 2 weeks. It was a 3-day workshop. We did it Tuesday and Thursday the prior week, and then last Tuesday we finished it up, and then we had a master class. I did the master class twice. I did it on Thursday and Saturday because there is no recording to the master class. And we'll be doing another master class. Now that master class was on the online tax deeds and the online redeemable deeds. Okay, the master class that we're going to do later this month will be on the online tax lien sales that will be coming up later this month and in September. We'll also do a webinar about that next Thursday, so stay tuned for that information. All right, so we even have more people watching now, so let me know what state you're in and give me your question. What do you want to know? What is your most burning question about either tax lien investing, tax deed investing, redeemable deed investing? What state are you in? What state are you in? So let me ask you, what brings you here? What interests you about tax lien investing? Obviously, if you came to my page, my business page, Tax Lien Investing Tips is the name of the business page, right? So you must be interested in tax liens or tax deeds. So what brings you here today? What brings you here today? Manny, hello, Manny. New Jersey is a tax lien state, not a tax deed state. And there's not too many bad ones in New Jersey. What I would tell you is stay out of the cities. I like out of the way places because they're less competitive, but I stay out of major cities because I don't know the good and bad areas of the cities. And you just look at the crime rate. You want to stay out of high crime areas like Camden. And I stay out of the major cities because I don't know them very well. So my favorite places are not going to be your favorite places to invest because my favorite places are an hour away from my house. And I do like the live tax sales. There are many online in New Jersey as well. But again, you're not actually buying the property. You're buying a tax lien in New Jersey. Okay. Every once in a while, one municipality might have a tax deed sale, but they're only the stuff that they could not sell in the tax lien sales, so not very good. Why live and not online? Because they're a little bit less competitive, especially now. I do like the online sales too in New Jersey, but not at this time. The biggest month for New Jersey is in December. I like November and December for tax sales in New Jersey. At this time, there's not a lot going on right now. It will be ramping up a little bit more next month, but not a lot going on right now in New Jersey. And the online sales that are going on now in New Jersey are going to be extremely competitive. Hey, Jay. Okay, you have access to about 300K. Good. What amount should I start working with to learn the ropes? Good question. Good question. What you want to get started right away, Jay, because it's going to be hard to place that much money in, and again, it depends on where are you investing. What state are you in? And when you ask me your question, guys, let me know what state, because it's very different in different states. There's some states where it might be easy to put away 300K, and other states where it's not. You know, some states you can pay a lot of money for liens and get a good result. Okay, Jay is in Indiana. All right, it's a little bit easier in Indiana, Jay, but you just have to be careful. You have to look at what we call, oh man, I forget, the term escapes me for a minute. But you want to look at the market price, LTV, loan to value. It's called LTV. And what that means is you want to look at what you're bidding on the property. See, in Indiana, you're bidding premium to get the lien, which is why it's easier to put away more money. And you're getting interest on all the premium that you bid. All right, so premium goes up higher in a state like Indiana, right? So I would start with about, here's the thing. People think that due diligence starts by picking the right properties to invest in. That's not where it starts. It starts by picking the right place to go. Because you could do your due diligence and pick all the right properties and then go to the sale and not get anything. Because either they all got bought, they all got paid for rather before the sale, so they were all taken out of the sale, never made it to the sale, or the competition was so tough that you couldn't buy anything because somebody else was paying way too much money to get it, right? Because here's what you have to watch in Indiana, the LTV, loan to value. So you want to look at the value of the property that you're purchasing, but not just your bid amount, because you're going to have more money into it than your bid amount. Let me give you an example. I went with a client to a sale, and this was in Indiana. It was the Lake County Commissioner's sale when it was still live. It wasn't online. And we went to the live sale. This was before COVID, right? And he bought 3 properties for $15,000. He bought 3 liens for $15,000. Okay. So I would go with like $50,000 to one of these sales in Indiana. And right now are coming up the regular sales in Indiana, not the commissioner sales. So the starting bid is higher there and it's easier to spend that much money. I would take 50 to 100K and go to a couple of those sales in Indiana and spend that money. But here's what you have to look out for. Not just your bid amount compared to the market price of the property that you're bidding on, but what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to hire an attorney for each one that you buy, each lien that you buy, you have to hire an attorney. If you're going to have to do any rehab, because a lot of these houses are very distressed, you have to figure that in and pay the current taxes on the property because you're buying past due taxes, right? Not the current taxes that are due now, which you're going to have to pay if you do get to foreclose on a property. So you have to have all that. You have to figure all that out. What is all that going to cost compared to what the market price of the house is and what you could get if you sold it, okay? All right, so these are things that I help my clients with. So I hope that helped you, Jay. And Manny, you're welcome. Any other questions? Because I'm willing to stay here as long as you guys have questions for me. Right? But if I have no more questions, Jay, I'm glad that helps. If you guys don't have any more questions, then I'm not going to hang around. But I am grateful we got some good questions today, so thank you for that. I enjoy answering them. And here's the thing, if I can't answer your question, I'll either point you in the right direction, tell you where to go to get the answer, and I'll let you know that I'm just not the person to ask. All right, I'll find out who is. Because anybody that tells you they're an expert everywhere in the country is probably not telling you the truth because it's very different in every state. And there's certain strategies. There's strategies that I don't do. I don't do over-the-counter liens or deeds. My favorite strategies are going to the live auctions and going to the online auctions and buying secondary liens. Buying and selling secondary liens. Those are my strategies that I do. I'm also the manager of a tax lien investing fund. So Jay, if you have $300,000 to invest and you want to take $100,000 of that and have somebody else do the work for you, the only way to get me to invest for you is to join the fund. It's mostly invested in New Jersey and Florida. Okay. Just so that you know, but it's a totally passive way to invest. All right, so I didn't get any other questions. Last call for questions. And thank you, Nicole, for your support. Hey, Joseph. I've tried tax liens in the past, but the problem I've had is that online tends to bid down to 0. What state, Joseph? guys, I got to train you guys. You got to tell me what state you're in, what state you're investing in, so I can answer your question. I can't answer that question unless you tell me what state. Alabama. Yeah, stay away from Alabama is my answer to that. Some states it's worth it to bid zero because you're going to get that. There's other ways that you're going to make your money. Not in Alabama. There's no reason to bid zero. Yeah. So go to other states is my answer, Joseph. I don't like Alabama for a lot of reasons. Okay. Number one, they have a 3-year redemption time. I don't like 3-year redemption times. It's too long, in my opinion. Number two, their judges are not favorable to investors. In 2020, a judge in Alabama rescinded all the tax sales. And there's something else I don't like about Alabama. But the deed sales are, but even with the deed sales in Alabama, you could, well, first of all, with the lien sales in Alabama, even after the redemption period is over, the person can still redeem. Okay, it's just not favorable to investors in Alabama. Yeah. Yeah, so go to neighboring states. I live in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is a deed state, and I invest for a tax lien fund. I go to New Jersey and New York. New York's a deed state, but they actually have places that do tax liens. So yeah, look to other states. Some states just are not worth investing in my opinion. And now, if you live in Alabama, you can look into it, but yeah, as you know, Joseph has had the challenge of things being bid down to zero, which another state where things can be bid down to zero and it's just not worth it is Arizona. Just not, again, 3-year redemption period. And if you bid down to zero in Arizona, you only get 0% on any subsequent taxes you pay. So why bother? It doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know why people do that. You know, things happen that don't make any sense to me anyway. Okay. Yeah, so not my favorite states. Not my, and I have invested in Arizona. I have in the online sales. I bought tax certificates on land a few years ago in Arizona. They all redeemed. So if you do live in Arizona and you're going to the tax sales, they happen in February, by the way. The online tax sales target vacant land and bid down to a reasonable interest rate, which right now has to be pretty high because they keep raising interest. The Fed keeps raising interest, right? So why would you even bid down to something lower than the Fed rate? That's ridiculous. When you could put it in right now, I have an online savings account with Ally Bank that's making over 4%. So if I bid in any of these sales, I've got to get more than 4%, except for there are exceptions to that. In New Jersey, sometimes it does make sense to bid down to zero and bid premium. Okay, but that's a whole nother discussion. All right. So are those all the questions that we have? Okay. Last call, guys. Joseph answered when I gave the last call before and gave me the question about Alabama. If there's no other questions, I am going to say goodbye for today, and I will be in the Tax Lien Investing Success Group on Thursday at 12 p.m. and hope to see you there. Again, you could join the group. It's free to join. You just have to answer some questions. And Joseph, you're welcome. And thank you, everybody, for your questions. And And I'll be here next week at 2 p.m. as well. So I will see you then. Bye, guys.